Blackmagic have announced a whole load of new hardware, software, and cameras. And I want to talk a little bit about the cameras, well, especially the new PYSIX 6K, which is finally a box camera, something that so many people have been begging Blackmagic to create, and they finally did that, and they released that today, announcing it. And I want to talk a little bit about why I'm super excited about it, but also why I'm not so super excited about the camera. So yeah, we'll jump into that. But before we do that, I want to talk about some of the other hardware bits that they released. One of the things I'm really excited about is the new color control panel that they released, which is, you know, they've kind of designed it around for colorists on the go, kind of meant to be used with your iPad, but it's a slimmer, more compact version of their color grading panels, something which I'm very interested in getting because it is quite a little bit more affordable than some of their previous ones. So that's something I want to check out a little bit more. There's so many things they released, I've just not even had a chance to fully look at everything, but I'm really excited about that. DaVinci Resolve 19 is out, and that seems to have a lot of new features in it. But before we jump onto the box camera, the thing that's got everyone so excited, I want to talk about the Ursa Cine 12K, which looks like an amazing camera. This camera has a full frame 12K open gate sensor. They've got incredible media storage for this camera that allows you to record at so many different frame rate options. It's so exciting, the frame rate options you can get. They've released a new viewfinder for it, which looks incredible. I'm still trying to catch up on everything. I've only had a quick look at some of these things as I just got in from filming, but it just looks amazing in terms of what you're able to get with the camera, and the footage that I've seen so far is ridiculously good. I really like it. That it just looks amazing. It's a little bit more pricier than their usual cameras, but in terms of pricey, that's subjective when it comes to comparing price to other cameras. You're not going to find the equivalent in another camera, because the price of this camera, 15,000, may seem a lot for Blackmagic, but what you get for this camera compared to other cameras is night and day. Like, for that price point, it's amazing. And looking at the image, it seems worth it in my opinion. So let's talk about the camera that everyone's been waiting for Blackmagic to release, and that is a box style camera. So they released the PYSIX 6K, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's got that same sensor that's in the 6K full frame. Now let's talk about the box shape. It's not really even technically like a box shape, like let's say a Komodo. This looks similar to like a FX6. It's like a longer, more rectangular shape, but it doesn't look too big when you're looking at it. It's closer to a box shape and it's more modular. And what I really like about this is it allows you to use that new viewfinder that they just released. It has a fixed screen, which is a bit interesting because a lot of us with Blackmagic cameras are used to using a screen that is built in at the back of the camera, whereas this fixed screen is on the side. Now I have a fixed screen on my PYSIX 6K, but it's at the back of the camera, so it's a little bit different. You're gonna have to change the orientation of how you hold a camera if you need to use the screen for anything else. But I tend to use an external monitor all the time anyway. Get some additional features. So things such as SDI outs. I think there's no longer a HDMI out. SDI out is a more reliable connection than HDMI, especially if you're working on more professional sets. You will find cameras with SDI outs, so that's a good thing. The camera also now comes with 2 CF Express ports. It also still has your traditional USB-C connection to allow you to record onto SSDs, which is my favorite way of recording, as you get big file sizes when it comes to using Blackmagic RAW. Now, a lot of people might be disappointed, might not be too excited about it using the exact same sensor that is in the 6K full frame camera, because some people were a little bit lukewarm on, you know, the high frame rates that you could get with that 6K sensor, given that in open gate you can't record up to either 50 or 60p. There's 3 versions of these cameras, and there's another thing that really excites me about this camera is the fact that it comes in 3 different versions. So you've got an L mount, you've got a lock-in EF mount version, so not just the standard EF mount, you've got a lock-in EF mount version, you've got a lock-in PL mount version. So for me, I think I would probably go with the lock-in EF version, because I think EF is a lens mount that is so adaptable to so many different types of cameras. So that's something that I would probably look at if I was picking up this camera. Now, another thing I actually like is also that they've got new battery power solution for this. So this uses the BPU batteries. I've not used these batteries before. Hopefully they get a little bit more power than the MPF ones that they had in the 6K G2 or 6K Pro. I know they'll definitely get way more than what I'm using on my Pocket 6K, which is the Canon LP6 batteries. For me, having these new battery formats is good for me, and they're not too expensive. You can pick them up at fairly reasonable price on Amazon. And I also like these batteries that they should give you a little bit more power output, and it allows me to keep the rig a little bit small. That's another thing I've been going through recently, where I've been trying to keep my rigs as minimal as possible. Also, as I mentioned, Blackmagic are doubling down on the ability to upload footage to the cloud. A lot of their cameras these days, they recently updated that for the Pocket 4K and 6K cameras. You're able to upload to the cloud by connecting your phone to the camera. The thing about that is you're relying on the 4G. That doesn't allow you to upload as quickly as you would like. Trust me, it's not that quick. So that's the problem. But what's good about this camera is that it comes with the Ethernet connection. It's not the fastest Ethernet connection. I'll put up the specs on the screen, but it's still a better speed than what you'll get from your phone, which is good. You can still use your phone to upload as well, but having that Ethernet does give you that little bit more. Another really good thing is the price. You're getting this for $2,995. And I think that's such a good price, because even the 6K full frame was priced at $2,595. Now, although this camera uses the exact same sensor, you are getting a lot more features and a whole new body design that comes with this, just for an additional $400. And that new body it's a really nice body. It's not a plastic body, it's a metal body, so it's a little bit more durable. One of the things that a lot of people used to complain about is that the Blackmagic cameras feel a little bit plasticky. This camera isn't. This body is not that. It's made out of metal. The mounting options on this, they've designed several different mounting plates, which allows you to have a little bit more versatility in terms of the things you can mount onto the side of the camera. So the other side of the camera where the fixed screen isn't, there's a few different mounting points that Blackmagic have designed to allow you to mount different things, whether it's your SSD, whether it's a side handle, or whether it's attaching your phone. I really like that Blackmagic are giving you these options, but they've also left it blank if you want to add your own mounting options. And also, I'm sure third-party suppliers will be creating cage and mounting options to take advantage of the mounting options that Blackmagic have given you to adapt the camera in the way that you want. So now let me talk about the thing that I'm not super excited about the camera. I would have hoped that, given that they created this new body, maybe they would have had a sensor that gives you a little bit more options in terms of high frame rates, because that was the one thing I wasn't super excited about. But for me, it wasn't a deal breaker, but it would have been nice maybe that they were releasing this, because for me personally, the body wasn't an issue. But what I do like is they haven't just said, we're throwing in the same sensor from 6K full frame, just in a box style body. They've given additional extras such as Ethernet, such as SDI out, and the ability to use the new viewfinder. It would have been nice to see a new sensor, but I can't really complain at that price point. And whenever there's a Blackmagic camera release, that there's things that I'm nitpicking at, that they could have done this a bit better, I wish they had added this, I then think about the price. I'm like, no, actually. So I can't really complain too much about the little things that I don't like about the sensor. I still think it's a really good option. So it's gonna be interesting. So I think ideally what I might end up doing if I do upgrade would be to get the PYSIX 6K as well as the 6K full frame camera. Because one thing I do like about the 6K full frame is that everything is integrated into the body. And one thing I do like, as I've been mentioning in some of my previous videos, I'm trying to have more minimal rig setups, but there are times where I will need to rig up a little bit more. So that's where maybe the PYSIX 6K will come in handy. Yeah, I'm excited for this camera to come out. I think once it comes out, I'll probably rent it, test it out. If I get that chance, I'll put a video together giving you my thoughts. I just wanted to do this quick video talking about my opinions on that new camera from Blackmagic, which is the PYSIX 6K. So I hope you enjoyed this camera. Let me know what your thoughts are on the PYSIX 6K and some of the other updates that Blackmagic announced, and what your thoughts are, or what you would have liked to see from Blackmagic. But hope you liked this video. Give it a like if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Appreciate you for watching this video if you're still here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.